Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be having a look at accidental platoons. Now, I had this battle a couple of days ago on stream where I was just platooning with viewers. Now, ignore the actual platoon with a viewer, or the actual platoon that I'm in with the tank destructor 8 in the mouse here. This is not what I'm talking about in this video. What I'm talking about is accidental platoons, and that's where you basically work well, or you work together with really well with someone else on your team, and it's kind of like a platoon. It's what you should be doing in a platoon, and this battle is the absolute perfect example of an accidental platoon. Now, who you want to look at now is the Vickers. This guy, Vickers, like the Dodge Charger here. What a game he has, and I do have to thank him for this game, because if it wasn't for him, this game would have been a complete different outcome. So what we're going to do is we are on Rockfield and we're pushing to the right side. Now, I do have that snapshot there into the E5 there. A good friend, Diabo, a good friend of mine. Now, even though I didn't penetrate him, a lot of people get frustrated when you shoot a tank, you track them, or you do something, do a bit of damage or whatever, but you actually do no damage. Basically, you track them and you do no damage. Now, that isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes, like there, in the position that E5 was in, I tracked him. That means he would have had to use a repair kit to actually get out of the way. You can see here the 121 was coming around the corner. I know that our Vickers Dodge Charger is a good player, and I could see the 121 coming towards him. I want to keep him alive as long as possible, because I know he's a good player. I've seen him around. I know he's a good player, and when you have that on your team, that's where you want to work sort of really, really well. And my aim is to keep him alive as long as possible, because I don't know the other team, or the other players on my team. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. But for him, I know he's a good player. And it's now a 1 versus 5. It's a 1 versus 5. He does take out the Jaegeroo. And this is where we just start working really, really well together. He is a one-shot. And I'm a mouse that is full hit points. So the best thing I can do is take the attention to all these tanks. Now, I love what he does here. I mess up the shot on the Peugeot, but he is across the map, or he's the other side of the map doing the damage. Now, he's not shooting the 50B, he's not shooting the Super Conqueror. He was shooting the tank that is actually going to do damage to me, that I should actually be scared of. So in return, I'm thinking, you know what, there's no point me right now shooting the E5. There's no point me shooting the 50B. I'm going to shoot the Super Conqueror, because he's the one that is closer to my teammate. So now, as you can see, I want to clear tank. I want to clear tanks. So I completely ignored the E5. And again, what he's doing, he's shooting the E5. Instead of going for the Super Conqueror, he's shooting the E5. And I'm going to do the same for him. I mean, he's a one-shot. So the best thing I could do right now, he has no shots on this E5 now because of that Super Conqueror. So if I go for the Super Conqueror, at least he's got shots on that Super Conqueror. And he's now a one-shot because we worked really well together. And that is just what you should do all the time. If you work well with a player, I mean, the outcome of this game was changed because we decided to work well together. We decided to focus on who we're going to shoot and actually think about who we're going to shoot. Most people don't do that. Most people would actually be shooting this E5 because he's the tank closest to me. They won't sit there and think, you know what, I'm going to shoot that Super Conqueror, because if I bring him down to a one-shot, then my teammate here should be able to clear him. They will not think of that at all. They would just think about what's in front of them there and then. And that's where you need to stop with that habit. Start thinking about who you're going to shoot and why you're going to shoot, And because of that reason, working well together and actually using our brain, we managed to pull off a 2 versus 5. I do 5k damage. We only get a first class, and he actually does over 4k damage as well. But try and do this more often, guys. Try and do that more often, because accidental platoons are actually great fun. And you end the game. I was on a stream last night, and I thought, you know what, well played. I messaged the guy and I said, well played, thank you, you did amazing. And he did the same for me. They're the best games when you accidentally platoon with someone. Work well with someone. Don't just think about yourself. Think about your teammate. Think about keeping him alive as long as possible. Then you will get outcomes just like we had there. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Start doing it. Trust me, you'll win some battles. I'm Meadsy. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.